Welcome to WhiteBaseTCG. Go.
Hey everyone, this is Snake from Team WhiteBaseTCG with a new deck profile using some of the new support from Set 2. So, here we go with my deck. We got Free Sword. We don't need to explain it, this card is good. The first new card of the set, Gundam, 4 copies. 3/3 blocker, it's also one I can be aggressive with. Tried and true, Gundam Lilith. You gotta love the girl. 2/4 with a big butt. Next, 3 copies of Strike Rouge. Because we're running so many blockers in the deck, a 1 cost to restand them is incredibly useful in all fairness. Next, we run 3 copies of Strike Gundam. Again, from the trial deck, still one of the best cards in white. You can't not run it. Now we're on to another new card from the set. We're running Zeta Gundam. During Link, once per turn, active main, choose one active friendly. What is friendly base? Yeah, friendly base. Rest it, and if you do, stand this unit. It cannot attack the player. So you can swing at someone, restand, then swing at a unit, or just have it standing up so they don't have to worry about being swung at. 5/4, good stat line. It makes me want to play a few extra more, like an extra base or two, but at the moment I'm just trying it out. It's been working though. Next, you know me. Freedom. And where there's freedom, at 3 copies, there's 3 copies of Justice. Now, that's all of my Gundams. As you've seen, I'm basically playing mono white at the moment. But as you've just seen, we know I'm playing Justice, so I'm running 2 copies of Arthur Zola. It is the only non-white card in my whole deck. It's because I want the option to have the extra link. I could easily have taken it out and put something else in, but I was like, no, I'm gonna run him. He's useful, he's good, and he's got a 2 butt, so it means it can last longer on the board. Next, 4 copies of Jesus Kun. Still as good as ever before. Now, onto our new pilot. Kami, sorry. Kami, I can't remember his name. It's a 1/2, and while you control a white coloured base card in play, it gains an additional 2 AP, so while you've got a base, it's a 3/2, which, let's be fair, that puts a lot of threat on all those blockers as well. The caveat is, it is a level 5, so you do trade off having to wait longer before you can use him. But I honestly find it worth the wait. And I have to play Moonflogger. Goes without saying. Next, because we're white, we're obviously playing draw 2, discard 1, Overflowing Affection. And because we like that ability to draw and discard so well, we're running 3 copies of a new sign. This card is draw 3, discard 2, so great for charity. It also has a burst. You can return one. You can choose one Aegis base or AEGUG base from your trash to your hand. So if it goes off in the air, you can get back a base, which lets you set off all your Kamui and the Zeta Gundam. So it's quite useful. And the base he was on about, this one. This base is a lot better than I realised, because the ability to fetch out the grave is always nice. Obviously, burst, deploy the card. When deployed, Add a card from your shield to your hand. Its effect: this base cannot be affected by enemy damage. So if they use an effect that would damage the base, it doesn't work. So breach doesn't work. So you can't hit into a unit and breach and try and hit the base because it won't be affected. Well, I really like it. I'm thinking of upping it to 3 copies in the deck, just so I get an extra 1. But then it's torn between the other one I want it up to 3 copies, which is, of course, our good old reliable Archangel. Pay 2, we stand a blocker. Now, if you pay attention, Zeta Gundam, 4 units. Justice, 3 units. So 7 in total so far. And Strike Rouge, 3 more units. That gives a total of 10 units in the deck that are not blockers. Every other card in the whole deck is a blocker, which means Archangel and Strike Rouge both have a lot of targets they can stand. Zeta can stand himself. Justice makes a blocker on deploy, and Rouge is basically a cheaper pay 1 to restand a blocker. So everything that isn't a unit isn't in it has a reason for being in it. But yeah, this is my mono white, air quotes, because of Arthur and Zola, mono white blocker deck. You think I took that a little bit too extreme with blockers? As you may have seen on an earlier video, the captain has a problem with blockers and white, so I went pretty much pure white. Anyway, enough rambling. That's the video. I hope you enjoy. If you have any comments below, drop them down. We'll read them, we'll comment on them, and we'll take any insight you have to heart. Anyway, that's us. We're out. I want to throw a joke or 2 into it to stretch it a little bit.